Greetings, 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 lovely people. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, Brenda. You look beautiful. Ellie, so good to see you in your sky blue. I see Rina. Do we pronounce that Rena?
Ashley, say hi.
Yes, Rena.
Hi.
Welcome. Rachel! It is so good to see you. You thespian, you. Amazing person. Carol, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Ashley, so happy to have you back. We've missed you.
Yes, I made a
Yes,
mistake last week.
I made a mis- I made a mistake last week.
Oh, okay, okay. I am so glad that you're back. Helen Lockwood is joining us. I see Rakesh. And if I'm saying that incorrectly, please feel free to correct me. Mandy. I wonder if that's, can I say my Mandy? If it is, I'm super excited to see you. And if it's not my Mandy, I'll take a new Mandy. um, I see you, Rakesh. Thank you. Edward, I'm seeing new faces this week. This is so exciting. Brenda is a new face. Deborah, I see you. Hello. Welcome. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. We have a second page to go to. Anne, you're back. Thank you for being here. All right, so we're going to get started today. We are doing a new thing at the beginning of the year. So CJ's Fitnessing, our normal format is we exercise, we sing. We'll get a teeny bit of movement in today, but it's really going to be wrapped around our new focus just for this month, our focus of cleansing. So just an opportunity for us to think about our voices. And remember, this class is not just for singers. This is for if you are a writer or if you're a speaker or an actress, a painter, we use our voices. Our voices are represented through different media. So whatever your voice is, you can join us in these exercises. I'll give some prompts for people who are doing something outside of the vocal realm so that you can participate in the exercises in your own way. But I am super excited to just have this time to focus on our voices. So one thing that's really important to me with CJ's Fitnessing in general is that we think of the health of our voice, whatever kind of voice we're carrying, we think about that as a part of our overall health. So as we take care of our voices, we are taking care of our bodies. If we're taking care of our bodies, we must include our voices, right? So how is your pen doing for your writers, right? How is your hand doing? Are you taking care of your hands? For speakers, how are we taking care of this larynx? And for all of us, how are we taking care of the thoughts that impact how we use our voices? So last week we just asked ourselves some questions like, who does your
Put this up here, Ashley.
like? Or um, what do you like your voice? So we have to still continue with those thoughts. Are we in a place where we're like, I like my voice and I receive it and accept it as it is, or we're like, I like it, but I would like to work on it, which is where I heard a lot of people say they were last week. And I think generally, if we're in a healthy place, we should all be there. We're like, yes, I like what I've been given and what I'm working with, but I always want to be improving, learning new things, building, just flowering, continuing to flower so that we can be evergreens, blossoming evergreens for life. So we're going to get started with just a little bit of breath exercise first. We're going to want you to think about one negative, maybe, what's a negative? It's not an affirmation, but something that you say to yourself kind of regularly about your voice, your instrument. Maybe it's not quite good enough, or if I only had blah blah blah, or it's really bad. Whatever we say in our heads, I want you to go put that thought in your mind, and we're going to choose to get rid of that thought. And we're going to receive something new today. All right, so we're thinking that thought, and we're going to take in a deep breath. to acknowledge that it's there. And when we blow out, we're going to blow out like this. Shh, with as much gusto as you can. All right, here we go. Put the thought there. Inhale deeply, slowly, and release it. Shh. You're releasing with purpose, intent to let it go. We're going to do that 2 more times because a lot of times it's not just like one time we have to do this, right? So this is all symbolic. Here we go. And shh. So we're not thinking about how long we're extending our breath. This is not about I can let my breath go for 10 minutes. No, this is just I'm letting go of this idea. All right, one more time. All right, here we go. And now we're going to find a beautiful thought to replace that with. Maybe it's, I'm a work in progress. I'm a good work in progress. What I have been given is enough. Right? Those are the thoughts we're taking in. And then we're going to breathe in this time, but instead of releasing shh, we're going to say, ah. All right, here we go. Ready? Ah. If you weren't smiling that first time, we're going to put a smile on our faces. And then we're going to do it again. Think that good, positive thought. Ah, yes. Mm-hmm. On this last one, we're going to say, mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Ready? Inhale. Mm-hmm. Like I am involuntarily saying inside of myself, that's good, yes. So sometimes we can take ourselves from a negative space into a more positive space by just breathing in, breathing out the bad, breathing in the good. And when we start to even physically say, our body starts to get into agreement with something more positive. So good job for just being in a positive, more positive space. Harveen, you look gorgeous. So great to see you. Esther, welcome. All right. So our first exercise that we're going to do with our voice, actually making sound, and this is for us who are speakers and singers. If you are an artist of another type, I want you to take the alphabet, because we're going to use the alphabet in our Vocalese. I want you to take the alphabet and come up with a word for each alphabet. We're just activating our instruments here. All right, Edward, I'm loving your energy. All right, so for those of us who are using our voices, so we're going to sing the alphabet. We're going to sing it this way. So I'll sing it a couple of times just so you hear it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Take a breath whenever you need to. Just try to keep yourself in time as much as possible. So we're going through the entire alphabet, but it's broken up a little bit differently than when we normally sing the alphabet song. I'll sing that again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. All right, so what I am doing and what I'm thinking about when I'm singing is almost singing from a place of speech. So when we are speaking, the healthy way of speaking is to be very close to like going into song so that we have plenty of room for rise and fall in the voice. What we want to stay away from is like this kind of monotonous, squishing the voice down like this. And, it's very California to do that, but that is so unhealthy for our voice. So we want to use our voices this way when we speak. And so out of that, we can begin this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So very gentle with the voice. We're not trying to sing loudly. We're not trying to like show our technical prowess. We're just engaging the voice in a song kind of way. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now we're going to go down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And down. Ready? And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So I don't know if any of you are writers, because it doesn't look like anyone's getting a pencil or pen or typing. But if you are, your task is to come up with a word, just like an impromptu word for every letter of the alphabet. All right, and you can do that. Let's say if you, while we're doing it, just continue to, if you've gone through the alphabet, go back through the alphabet and see if you can exhaust vocabulary words this morning. All right, or this afternoon. Here we go. We're starting here now. So 1, 2, ready, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. One more. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. All right, so that can help us with something that's called flow phonation. Flow phonation is when the breath is actually moving before we begin phonating, and there's a sense of follow through with that breath flow even after we have finished vocalizing. So sometimes when I really want to be conscious of that flow phonation, I allow a little bit of breath to pass through my mouth and nose at the same time before I actually vocalize. So for instance, there's this little, just a little, that goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and it's just that initial time. So I'm not trying to constantly go every time, but when I initialize my sound, when I begin phonation, I let a little bit of breath to escape, allow it to escape, so that I know for sure my voice, my singing voice, is being spun on breath, as opposed to muscling it, pushing it, right? We often say, I can't hit that note, or I'm trying to push this note out. And those words can give us a little bit too much of an aggressive approach to our voice. So we want to be more gentle, more on the breath. That's what we always talk about in bel canto, singing on the breath. And this is just a really healthy way to manage the voice. And we can practice this when we speak as well. So now we have sung. Can we do the same thing when we speak? So we're going to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G all the way through, but we're going to allow a little bit of breath to escape through the vocal cords and the nose. So let me rephrase that. We don't want it to escape through the vocal cords in a negative kind of way. We want it to escape through the mouth and through the nose. So I'll do it like this. A, B, C. It's just very slight. So this will also help us to not give a glottal attack, which is like, So if we do glottal attacks all the time on the voice, it can be really, really tiring, and you enter into vocal fatigue And it's something that we can use stylistically. We can use it for different languages. Like if you're singing in German, all words that begin with vowels should have a glottal attack at the beginning, but you want to do it with a knowledge of how the voice works. So it's a gentle glottal attack as opposed to like beatboxing, so we don't wear out our voices. All right, so we're trying to allow breath to escape through the mouth and the nose just slightly before we speak the alphabet. And we're going to do the alphabet 3 times in a row. Breathe whenever you need to. So you're on your own for your 3 times. All right, here we go. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Every time I take a breath, I'm aware of letting that breath come out before I start again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I feel like I'm on WBBJ TV. All right, that's my old television station back in Tennessee where I grew up. But that's the voice that we will find ourselves in. We'll find ourselves in our broadcast voices when we use this idea of fluctuation and this flow phonation. It helps us get into our more melodic speaking voice. All right, welcome, Cesar, I see you. Welcome back, good to see you. All right, so for the next exercise, I'm going to teach you a series of what is, if I were to play it on the piano, would be a series of chords. But we're going to arpeggiate the chords, which means we're going to sing each pitch within the chord in succession. So for instance, this is the chord progression on piano. Sorry. All right, so you might have heard this progression in part like this. You recognize that? Right, lean on me. So we're gonna take that chord progression and sing it. If we sing it this way, that's an arpeggio, that's an arpeggio, that's an arpeggio. So we do 4 ascending arpeggios. Now the next arpeggio is going to be descending, and we're starting our way back down so we get back to our starting pitch. So we just went. Now here's going down. The next one. Last one. Listen. So we close it. That final one has a 7th scale degree. So everything else has only 4 or only 3 unique pitches. That last one has 4 unique pitches. I'm going to play it again and I'm going to sing along. So as I'm doing this chord progression and demonstrating it for you, I want you to find a vowel that feels really good in your throat. It can be ooh, oh, ah. So there are 2 different kinds of ahs we could do. We could do ah, that's kind of more in the back here, not all the way back here, not that ah, but ah, like father. Or we could do ah, that's more in the front, which is like Italian. Ah, ah, we could do that one. We could do, did I say E? If I haven't said E already, so ah, oh, E, ooh. No as, no is yet. We don't want to do any short vowels, just the long vowels. All right, so I'll sing it. I'm going to pick my vowel. Back down. This has 4 notes. All right, let's see if we can do that all together. All right, so 1, 2, ready, and All right, how many of you felt like, I got it, I got it? Okay, if you have any questions, is there a particular one that you want me to go back over?
I have a question real quick.
Yes.
How are we just deciding that the note based on the sound, or um or are you able to say what the note is?
Oh, so sure. I can tell you. So I'm in the key of B flat major. And so we're doing B flat, D, F, D, B flat. Then we go to a minor chord because I'm staying. So this is a diatonic chord progression, meaning everything is in one key. So the next chord is C, E flat, G, E flat, C. Next is D, F, A, F, D. Next is E flat, G, B flat, G, E flat. Then we reverse it, same chords, just in descending order. A, F, D, F, A, G, E flat, C, E flat, G, F, D, B flat, A, B flat. All right. So it sounds like we have a musician in the house, and it helps to know those note names. All right. So we're going to do that again all together. Are there any other questions before we do it? Michelle, I don't think I greeted you. And Susan, I don't think I greeted you. Thank you for being here. Phyllis, I see you too. All right. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and ooh, ooh, 2, 3, and ooh, ooh. Now down. That's the diatonic chord progression. I want to say thank you to, I don't even know where he is. Hopefully he's still living. My choral teacher at Vanderbilt University, this is who gave us this exercise, and I've held on to it ever since then, David Castle. This is such a beautiful exercise, not just because when we stay in one key, we get to experience the modal changes. So one is in major, another's in minor, then we go to major. So that's beautiful. But also when I teach this in my class, like when we're actually in person, we break into groups and do it in a round, and it makes the most beautiful harmony. So what I would like to see if we can do today, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a Zoom version of a round. So we know that because of the different bandwidth speeds, all of that is going to cause us to have this delayed timing. So I'm hoping that in these delays, we will experience something that is like a round. So we're going to sing this exercise 2 times in a row. Each of us singing it independently 2 times in a row. So how do you repeat it? So after you have sung the last one, ooh, 2, 3, then you start again. Ooh. So it's just like all the others. We always hold that last note for 4 counts, and then we begin the next iteration. So it's the same way. Once we close a complete set, then you hold that last note for 4 beats, then you start the whole thing again. All right, so if we unmute, and this is for those of you who are comfortable unmuting, you will unmute and we will sing. I'll say 1, 2, 3, and we will begin on the downbeat. But the downbeat's going to be happening in different times, right? Depending on where we are. All right, so let's try this. And again, you can sing on any vowel you'd like. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. That's great. So you know what? We just did it one time. So that gave me an idea. I think.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, Carol.
Hi. So it's 4 chords going up, but just 3 going down?
That's right.
Okay. I was like, all right. Just want to make sure.
Yes, that's good. Because, if we don't count, sometimes you can find yourselves like singing 6 chords up and then 10 chords going down.
I got the 4 up, but on the way down, I keep wanting to do another one before the. Okay.
Yes, so it's 4 up, 3
Got
down. Great question.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so this time, welcome. It looks like Julie is joining us. I am going to have us go in 2 groups. So I'm going to call names. Just looking at my screen, the people who are on the top 2 rows will be group 1, and then group 2 will be the people on my bottom 2 rows. Because what I heard just now was we were not so far apart. So in the original round, so we will be 2 arpeggios, 2 chords apart. So this way we really might experience a little bit of harmony. Okay, so let me do our groups. Our groups are Rena, so this is group 1. Rena, Ellie, Esther, Brenda. Is this my first screen? Yes. Brenda, Deborah, Rachel, Edward, Helen. Oh wow, that just shifted. Oh. Okay, let me try that again. Let's see. Close this. Does this give me more people? Let's see. All right. Who's on my 2? So after David, it's Mandy, Maggie, and Fred. Oh, welcome, Fred. I don't think I saw you come in. Thank you. All right. I'm going to try again. Rena, Brenda, Deborah, Rachel, Edward, Helen, Ashley. You are group 1.
There are 2 Helens.
Oh, wait. Okay, so Helen A is going to be in group 1. That's right, my lovely Helens. All right, group 2 is Carol, Helen L, Anne, Susan, Cesar, Phyllis, Michelle, Harveen, Mandy, Maggie, and Fred. You're group 2. So I will bring group 2 in. All right, let's do a little practice first. All right, so I'll bring group 1 in too, but then I'll bring group 1 in also, and then I'll bring group 2 in following. All right, so group 1. 1, 2, ready, and. Group 2, here we go. It's okay, pause. All right, I know it may be a little cacophonic, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do just like we did, and I want to make sure that I clarify when group 2 comes in, we are starting at the beginning. right? So we're starting at the beginning. So what happens is, for those of you who understand music theory, chords, and all that, we'll have the first group should be on their D minor chord, and we're starting our B flat major chord. So it's that getting that seventh in there makes it nice. So it's like stacking a B flat with a D flat minor on top.
Help. Do you think it would help to play the note for the group 2 to start on? 'Cause
Yes, I can do that. Thank you, Anne. All right, are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Group 1. Two, here we go. I'm singing with you All right, what happened?
Going down is harder than going up.
Yep.
Yes, yes, it is.
Could you go over that again? Also the descending?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And, can someone tell me what's the hard part about going down?
Finding the
Finding
note
the
to
first
start on.
note.
Finding that first note. And you know what? If we don't get that first note descending right, because it's seventh, it makes everything else slip. So remember that. Let's practice it this way. So when you finish, you're essentially doing like this, going up the scale. And when you descend, it's as if you're going. Ah, that's your first note to descend on. So let's do. Oh, I get it. It's because we end on the fourth scale degree when we do the chord. Okay, so let's do it this way. I'm trying to think of ways to make it connect with your inner ear. So the last chord we sing going up is this one. So what I want you to remember in your inner ear is this note. Right. And then our first note for descending is going to be just below that. So they're very close. Let's all just do that back and forth. Right. Now let's do our last chord, ascending chord. And then we're going to see if we can hear that first pitch for our descending. All right, so here we go. Ready, 2, 3, and. Oh, I have an idea. Here's a little trick. I never thought of this, except you all were, saying this is what's challenged. All right, so we can, and it won't interrupt the flow of the round. We can go like this. Carol, I saw you. You were right there with me. Okay, so that way we sing tonic, which is the home key, and that helps to ground us so that when we fall down to that next note below, it's more in tune. All right, so let's practice. We're just going to practice going up and starting to come down. So we're going to do the whole cycle going up. So we get that progression, and then let's see if we can do our little trick. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and how did that go?
Better.
It's
Yes.
still hard. It's still
It's
hard.
so hard. It's hard. And you can take this exercise, you know, the video will be up on YouTube, and you can just practice and practice and practice it until you get it memorized, the way you can practice it a cappella on your own. So the last note that we end on, I want to make sure we're all ending on tonic, which is B flat. We start on B flat and we should end on B flat. I think I heard some people ending on the third, which is D, right? But we want to make sure we all end on. And it might be easy to end up on D if we're going up and up to the second instead of going. So just make sure you follow. It's 4 notes going down. Then come back up. All right. So let's try our round one more time. So we'll just do it one time. All right. Here we go. And I will. Can you hear when I am singing? Can you also hear the piano, or should I turn the piano up?
It's good.
It's okay? Okay. All right. Because I'm trying to spot the group 2. Actually, let's change it because it's like you get used to it. And then it's like, oh, I'm getting better at this. Let's keep ourselves challenged. Keep those brains working. Welcome, Dr. Marianela Carter. Thank you for joining us. She's a local dentist. Where are you? Where? Marianela, thank you for joining us. So sweet to have you. Okay, so we are doing our vocalese, our diatonic chord progression in arpeggios in the key of B flat major. All right, so what the people who were singing for group 2, you're now group 1. Group 1, you're now group 2 position.
Okay.
All right. So I'm speaking to group 2 who is starting, right? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and group 1, here we go.
Better.
Good. Yes, it was better. All right. So that is your exercise that you can take from Mr. David Castle, and sing it, share it, and like do it one-on-one with a person and see if you can maintain your own position, right? So part of singing is, we know that part of singing is actually vocalizing, right? Phonating. But another big part of singing is hearing. We sing what we sing because we hear what we hear. So hearing comes first, and then the vocal production is second. So we have about 19 minutes left in class. How many of you are very curious about what your voice type is? Some of you may already know. Okay, so what I would like to do is attempt, and this is of course super, super fast. This is like doing a cursory, let's say, assessment of your voice type. To really get a true picture, it would take more time, especially doing one-on-one. It's much easier. So when we think about finding your vocal range and identifying what your voice part is, there are some things we take into consideration. There's the obvious, what's the lowest and what's the highest that you can sing, right? But there are other things that I would be listening for as a professional vocal teacher. So I'm listening for when you begin to transition from chest voice into middle voice, from middle voice into your upper voice. And for the assigned male larynx and for the assigned female larynx, there are different points at which things will happen. And even when we talk about the two different types of high ranges, in the assigned female larynx, there is head voice, and beyond head voice is something called the flute register or whistle register, flageolet register. Then, are you leaving, Brenda? No, okay. Okay. Then there is, in the assigned male larynx, there is, some people think of it as really two essential ranges. There's the chest, that primary register, and then there's the thing that's above that, that's oftentimes significantly different in timbre and the way that it sounds, which would be called a falsetto. So falsetto doesn't mean that it's a fake part of the voice, but it's just the singer is singing on a different part of the chords at that point. So there's falsetto. So if you want to be technically correct to the assigned female larynx, when you say, I'm singing up high, we don't want to say I'm singing in falsetto. We sing in head voice. For the assigned male larynx, when you are singing in that range that sounds more like maybe my soprano voice, that is falsetto. There is something called head voice in the assigned male larynx, and it's really like a combination of that falsetto placement with chest resonance. So that's a lot of detail, but I just want you to have a little bit of technical jargon so that you can correctly ascribe, names to what you're doing with your voice. All right. Yes, questions. Thank you for joining us, Michelle.
I'm just wondering who, is it Andy Gibb? Who's the Gibb, the Bee Gees, the guy that sang, is that a falsetto when he sang really?
That's falsetto.
Okay.
That's falsetto.
He was amazing at that.
Yes.
Good.
It's interesting. Oftentimes the voice, the assigned male voice that has the strongest, highest falsetto range is often like a baritone with an extended range. I think Edward says, I think I'm a bass, but I can't go super low. Oh, interesting. Maybe you're a bass baritone, right? So we have all these voice types that are a little bit of a combination. All right, so let's see what we can do in these next 15 minutes. I am going to have us all sing in the same octave, all right? So that means if you are a higher voice, especially a assigned female voice, it's going to feel probably like you're in the lower part of your voice. For the assigned male larynx, you should feel like probably it's middle, right? And as we start to ascend, you may notice a change. It might start to feel more difficult. All right, so this first note is a G3. So it's the G below middle C. And you can sing this. So let's all get good posture. Feet planted securely on the floor. Feet about shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that your hips, you can't see my hips here, but hips, shoulders, and ears are in alignment, right? So we don't want to sink down. We don't want to arch our back, but everything's in a nice straight line. And then if you can, feel like you are growing from your belly button up That helps to elongate the spine a bit and gives you an opportunity to breathe a little bit deeper. Oh, yes. Okay, that's a great idea. Example of all voices. I will do that toward the end. Okay, so you're going to sing on ah, and when you're singing on ah, try to keep everything open as if you felt like water was coming in. I'm drinking water, right? So the throat opens up, the tongue kind of separates from the back of the mouth. Soft palate doesn't have to be up yet, but I'll talk about the soft palate lift in a bit. All right, so this is the pitch. Ah. So for me, it's low. For, let's say, a baritone, it's going to feel like kind of middle voice. For a bass, this is going to feel like upper middle, right? Getting towards the higher part of the voice. All right, we're going to move up by half step. So when something starts to feel uncomfortable or you feel like you're going through a change in your voice, just do a thumbs up or you can wave at me. Okay, here's the next note. Next one is So anybody feeling any changes? So,
Tiny.
what did you say, Carol?
Sorry, I didn't realize I was not muted. I mean, I sort of feel like something's not like the real change, but it's moving a little. I can feel something changing a little, yeah.
All right. You might notice that where you feel your voice vibrating or resounding, resonating, it might start to shift up higher as we go higher. And that's natural to be expected. We want that. All right. So we're here. Wow. And did you raise your hand?
Who?
And did you do anything or no? And
Oh, sorry, I was starting to feel like I was getting a bit of change. It's hard for me to tell when it's changing, actually.
So in this area, some of the assigned female larynxes might start to feel like it's not exactly chest anymore. And when you start to feel that, that's saying, okay, your body's starting to adjust and make a registration change, and it becomes middle voice where we start to bring some of our head resonance into our chest, and that's what creates our middle register. Edward, are you still singing here? Yeah? How comfortable is that?
It feels good. It feels good, but I can feel it. It feels like I feel the resonance in my neck.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as it doesn't become uncomfortable, this is for all of us. As long as it's not uncomfortable, we should be safe. Anytime something starts to become uncomfortable, it's an indication that we need to take a little note and figure out, are we doing something? Maybe we're taking our chest voice and trying to push it up too high, or taking too much weight, bringing too much weight into the head voice. So just any changes you notice, feel free to let me know.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Sometimes at higher ranges, I feel like completely untethered from my voice. Like it just is like, going all over the place. How do you what is that?
So is it like when you get...
Is that like head voice? Just like an unstable head voice or what?
So it could be a couple of things. It could be the passaggio where you start to go from your chest range and entering into falsetto. There are some people who lose it's like you lose control of, and the larynx becomes unstable for a time. And then once you get maybe 2 or 3 half steps beyond it, then it restabilizes. Is that what you're experiencing?
It might be.
Okay, so yeah, we call that a passaggio. Okay, All right, great. So let's do this one again. Next one. I see some hands. Tell me what you're experiencing. Helen?
Kind of like it's going to break, or not quite, but yeah.
So that's probably, you probably reached the end of your chest range, and so your body will ask you to create a new environment to comfortably sing the next register. So what we do to create that environment is, we've talked about this for those of you who've been here, right? The soft palate coming up. So how do we lift our soft palate? By feeling like we're going to start a yawn, right? Or we're going to sneeze, or smell a flower, right? And it causes, you might even feel like your ears start to lift, right? Your eyebrows might lift a little bit. That's an indication that those muscles inside are lifting. So we get a higher cathedral ceiling in the roof of our mouth when we do that. Okay, so Helen, if you try that, does it help? Yes?
Yes.
Good. All right, that's for all of us. As we're going higher, make sure that soft palate begins to lift. All right, and next note. Next note. Next. Helen L., tell me what you're experiencing.
Begin to sound kind of screechy to myself.
All right, screechy, she says. So I'm wondering, that's on an ah vowel. If we change the vowel to oo, does it clear up at all? Ooh. All right, so what that is sometimes our vocal cords they're looking for that space, not just the vocal cords, but the actual vocal tract itself is looking for more space. And sometimes it's not just lifting the soft palate. Sometimes we actually need to change the vowel shape. And that also can help the cords to adduct come together more, let's say, more thoroughly, right? So sometimes when we hear screechy scratchiness, it means that there's a little breath passing through the cords and they're not really meeting. But if they meet completely, we get clearer sound. So the vowels that we sing sometimes can help us with that. So that's great. And Carol is agreeing that the ooh is easier. So yeah, try as we are going through, try different vowels and see if it makes it easier as we go up. So Edward, are you still singing?
I was just doing some sirens to myself, and I think the transition happened without me noticing, because I can feel the point at which like there's like a boop, like a click.
Yes.
Transitioning, and I think that's probably what we're looking for.
That click tells you, so usually it's like the half step before the click, that would be, you would demarcate that as your the top of your chest range.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were just singing an A4. So let's say maybe, I don't know, if maybe it's like G4 for you. If that's the top of your chest, and then I would want to know the other part, like what's your lowest comfortable note that you can sing, right? Mm-hmm. And then I would use that to begin to say, you're probably, I mean, already I'm guessing based on your speaking voice and that note that you're probably like a bass baritone, or maybe just a baritone. Even you could even, I said bass baritone or baritone actually, because you're getting super close to tenor range here. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. So we're here. Notice my mouth, I'm dropping my jaw more, so you may need that. Anybody feeling anything? Ellie and Anne? Okay, Ellie, tell me what you're experiencing.
I feel like I'm becoming coarse.
Hoarse? Okay, so that's like, we don't want to be hoarse. So let's find out. Was this the first time it appeared? Yes, okay. If you sing this pitch on 3 vowels, I want you to sing ooh. So ooh, o, e.
Oh my gosh, horrible.
No, not horrible, but just E was more constricted, right? So I don't want you to sing any higher. I'm going to go a little bit higher with the others, but I want you to practice singing this ooh, oh, E idea on this. This is a C5. I want you to practice doing it with an H in front of it. So this is helping you with flow phonation. I want to help open up the voice a bit. So okay. All right. Someone else. Yes, Rena.
Yeah. I'm finding there's a point at which my voice starts to crack, but I think that's use. I haven't been singing for the past year, and I'm not a professional singer, but I used to sing spontaneously along with things, and with the COVID, that left. And so it's just cracking, and it could be just use, not having used my voice, right? It doesn't mean I'm pushing too hard. I just crack because I haven't used my voice very much, right?
So it can be that, because I'm hearing it even when you're speaking, right? I hear a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And then, so hydration becomes a big question mark, right, in this puzzle, right? So you should be drinking 50% of your body weight in ounces, right? So if I weigh 100 pounds, then I should be drinking 50 ounces of water a day. That's the general formula. And that will be good for hydration. And I've said this before, I think, that when we are hydrating the voice, there are 2 types of hydration. There's internal and there's surface. So if you're wanting to do some things to really reset your voice, Rena, you might consider steaming. So just steaming for like 5 minutes at a time and doing that a couple times a day. And, using a humidifier at night. That helps with that surface level hydration, especially when we have our heater on, in the colder months.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rachel, we are almost at 1 o'clock, but I do want to hear from you. You waved your hand, and then I'll close us out.
Oh, I was just going to say that I felt like I was up close to the higher end of things during that, and I could feel the transition. I just wanted to say, by then I'm singing in a voice that I need to use for choir, not my speaking voice, but my singing voice in the alto, the alto section.
Yes, and then you went into this other place, like
I did. I went up there, but I was definitely reaching a limit, I think.
Okay.
That's all.
All right, so what I want you to do is, if you have time, explore this on your own, and then you can come back and you can report to me, and then I can help refine this idea of what your range is. And then for cleansing, remember, we're wanting to just renew our idea about what our voice is and isn't. So we want to begin to accept our voice for what it is. Like if it's a baritone voice, we want to really receive a baritone voice. Thank you for joining us, Brenda. I hope to see you again. All right, we're here every week. So on that note, we should all give our program, our manager, producer here, I'm the producer, give him a hand. Thank you, David, for helping us today. In the chat, you can make donations to the Marsh to help provide more programming like this. The Marsh is offering programs daily for free. And then you can watch previous episodes of this CJ's Fitness Sing on YouTube. And then come back and join us next week. We're here every Friday at 12 p.m. You all did an amazing job on that diatonic chord progression. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks. Do you have your own, like a can you put your website in?
Yeah.
That
I can put my website. Oh, and I forgot. You can go to the Marsha's website and enter your information if you want to stay in contact, because I'll start sending out newsletters to us.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then my email address, I'm happy to share. Whoops. I want this to go to everybody. There you are. All right. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again next week.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.